Good evening, I'm Scott Schaffer. We are live at Steamtown National Historic Site here in Scranton, and we are live because of that big boy 4014, the biggest operating locomotive in the entire country, rolled in on Sunday and has been the focus of attention ever since. Megan Stevens is with the National Park Service, and she's good enough to join us here tonight. Tell us a little bit about how the last couple days have been here at Steamtown.
It has been absolutely insane and in the best way. So, we've welcomed visitors over the past few days from all over the world here to Steamtown, and the past 2 days we've seen about 48 to 50,000 visitors here in this little park. So it's been a tremendous event so far, and we've got another 14 days to go.
All right, for the people who haven't been following, tell us about this locomotive. Why is it so impressive and such a source of excitement?
Yeah, so the big boy locomotive, that class, there were only 25 of those locomotives made in 1941 in Schenectady, New York. Of those 25, only 8 of them remain today. One is operational, and that is the 4014, and that was restored to operation by Union Pacific in 2019. 4012, which belonged to the National Park Service here at Steamtown, that saw a cosmetic restoration. So this is the only place in the country where the two can sit side by side, probably for the first time since the 60s.
And the big boy, he's on a coast-to-coast tour now because of America 250.
Yeah, so Union Pacific has launched a America 250 coast-to-coast tour. In the spring, they launched their western leg, and starting Memorial Day weekend, they had launched their East Coast tour. So we are one of those stops along that tour, and after it departs here at Steamtown, it will be heading to Philadelphia, just in time for the 4th of July.
Now, the first 2 days, it featured tours, and that's when all the people came. What's happening now, Wednesday through the 30th, when Big Boy finally leaves? What's happening here then?
Yeah, so what we have now are what we're calling viewing days. So the Big Boy 4014 is staying right where you see it right now. It's not moving. So the minor changes are the museum experience car that folks could walk through that is tucked away here in the park. And then the crew from Union Pacific will be doing maintenance on their locomotive. So right now they have to let that engine cool down after it's been operating. It takes up to 7 days for that locomotive to cool down, which is impressive. So once it's fully cool, they'll be able to do some mandatory routine maintenance to get it ready for its voyage over to Philadelphia.
But people can still come see it.
They can absolutely come see it. We encourage them to do so. It's going to be a little less crowded than it was the past couple of days. So yes, please do come by, see us. You can still get some great photos. We'll also have cab tours of our 4012 ongoing throughout those times, and the museum itself is open.
And when people could take the cab tour of the 4012, what do you see?
So you see a bunch of red valves. I'm not the one to tell you what those red valves can do. Leave that to the talented staff and volunteers here that work with the front line. But they can see kind of the restored cosmetic restoration cab of what it would look like to operate one of these locomotives. And it just kind of shows you all these red now, what do they do? And the skill and just the requirement to know what each of these things do to make it safely operate on the rails.